Unrivaled Waifu once again, coming at you with another video. Of course, just in my car, but yeah, because I'm balling. But I hope you guys are doing well. This is a Tuesday morning. You guys, hope your morning is pretty good. These people drive like such weirdos. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. I'm doing pretty well. I don't know if I'm able to pull out in front of me, but I'm just gonna do it. I have no idea. But I've decided the main topic I like to talk about on a regular basis is, of course, a lot of this content that I've been posting and that I'm just gonna continue to post, and I don't care, again, how many views I get for these videos. I'm posting them because I want to post them, and I'm hoping I can help out somebody that may just like watching these videos, and maybe like they can just tune in, you know, in their just day-to-day life, whether at work, working on a business, projects, school projects, homework, whatever. Maybe something that's could be stressing you out, of course, you know what I mean? Could just be stressing you out. You could do that, you know? You could always listen to them whenever you guys really like to. I've got absolutely, it's the reason I post them is because I remember back in the day when I wasn't posting this consistently, really at all, and I was more of a consumer. Not that there's anything wrong with consuming content, as long as, like, you're not over consuming it, but yeah, I understand. I used to be the same way. I didn't know if I was bold enough to just have the courage to talk, but with a lot of important things that have been happening in the past, you know, decade, I guess you could say. Did you look? Okay. But the past decade, you know, things that have been happening. I mean, the alleged dating crisis, of course, it's way different than what it used to be. Yeah, there's no doubting that. But it's not the worst thing that's ever happened to you. This video is just really about, it could be worse, you know? It could be worse. It could be a lot worse. And you probably, watching this, have an abundance of water. You most likely have, as you're listening, as I'm speaking right now, you most likely have food, maybe married parents or separated parents, depending on situation, of course. Doesn't really matter that much, as long as, you know, you have both parents, or maybe you only have one. Whatever it is, you know, nobody's judging you. Nobody's here to judge you. These videos, anybody leaves in the comments judging other people, I will immediately get rid of you people. And, you know, like, you can have your voice, but you're not gonna, these people, do not leave in the comments judging other people's actions, because you don't know what somebody else is going through, you know? Gotta be kind to everybody. But yeah, this is meant to be a safe space for men to talk amongst each other, you know, maybe form groups, become friends, you know, everything to help facilitate a good, healthy relationship with each other. Even when men meet each other, I've noticed they really try hard to get to know each other. on a long enough time frame, under a long enough time frame, they could really, wow, that is insane. But what what I'm just going to say is I want each and every one of you to really think about what you're doing. Do things with real intentions. You know, ask yourself these questions. Are your intentions, are your actions matching your intentions? And yeah, most of you, I know most of what you guys are going to answer is no. Uh, Come to think of it, my actions are not matching my intentions. And that's fine. Everybody's been in this stage before. The question is, nobody, wants to technically last forever in it. Some people will be okay with it for the most part, but it shouldn't be what you want on a long time frame, you know what I mean? But I'd suggest to you guys that you absolutely stay focused and ask yourself these questions. Are my actions matching my intentions? Is what I'm doing helping my future self, helping me at all? And if the answer is no, I'd suggest change. You have to see yourself as a changed person already, changed man or changed woman. And if there are women watching these videos, I encourage that too. I'm not excluding any gender. Like, it doesn't matter what you do, what you want to identify yourself as. As long as you're doing everything in your power to improve yourself and respect yourself, there's absolutely no excluding anybody. So I'd like to make that very clear, very abundantly clear, very thoroughly clear that nobody's judging anybody, you know. Yes, judgment is essential, but it is not always needed. Unnecessarily speaking, if you ain't got something nice to say, don't say it. This is meant to be a safe space. I'm hosting these because I used to be in the same position that some of you guys are in, and I still somewhat am. And yeah, you could say most of these videos have come off as kind of doomer-ish, and I apologize in advance if I post when I post, or if I post any more that may come off that way. It's mainly to light a fire in other people, bro. To be like, click on the video and be like, okay, it's not so bad. It's really for the title, but this isn't. It's a genuine message, you know what I mean? It's a genuine, what do you call it? Genuine evaluation, I should say. It's always a genuine evaluation, and I'm doing this to help other people because I know what it's like to be in that position, and I really cannot stress enough how much I do not want other people to end up in the same situation, or if they are in it, at least be able to safely get out of it as efficiently as they can. You know what I mean? Yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's almost like the story just tells itself with some of these people on this road, man. It's funny. Like their car is just bashed, but they're like speeding like maniacs. I'm just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, it just they just explain it for you. Like the crash, bro. Just the entire, just their driving habits, really. That's actually pretty sick. Wow, is that a One Piece rap? There's a guy with a one. There's another crazy woman driving. Yeah, I would, because every video I've made so far has seemed to be like very doomer-ish, and it's just an honest evaluation. You know, it's mainly just an honest evaluation, and everything that I've said is things that I've seen. You know, these are actual genuine things that I've seen on a regular basis, and I've never said on a huge, massive majority scale that it's just the worst thing we've ever experienced, because I'm gonna remind you guys, and I just watched a video that really reminded me to do something to incorporate this topic. I that will fully prove and facilitate what I'm going to say. And you know, I don't want to spread that. I'm doing that initially on the titles just because it's just what is being spread right now, what is, and I'm not gonna jump to any. I'm not the type to jump to trends and be desperate for views, because as you can see, I mean, I'm just authentic. I want to build it authentically. I want to like have a genuine audience, genuine, community. And if you guys want to privately, whatever, talk about whatever things you've been experiencing, that's fine too. Trust me, I'm all ears. I know what it's like to not be able to feel like you can't talk about things enough, or you feel like people just don't listen, which is 1000% true. Like, most people cannot talk about anything anymore, I would say. Most people cannot. And these people are so funny. The way they drive, bro, is hilarious. Like, most people have no patience nowadays, and that's why this channel is meant for teaching patience. You don't you don't let these people bother you. And this is why I post stuff in practice, because I'm like while I'm on the road, it improves my focus. But yeah, so what I was going to mention was, I watched a video. It was mainly about like the evolution and our ancestors, what they went through for us to essentially be here, because we've almost not been born like 30 plus different times. At one point there was this horrible ice age, 10,000, maybe 12,000 years ago, that affected people horrifically, and there was even a point in time when I forgot what volcano it was, I forgot the name. It was a pretty well-known, prominent name, but it had been like catastrophic. Like the amount of smoke, it was like like 200 miles worth of smoke in the air and in the atmosphere that had just completely blocked out the sun for like 6 to 10 years. And again, our ancestors did not know when or if they were ever going to see the sun again, you know? And they weren't able to get vitamin D on top of that. So imagine, but genuine vitamin D deficiency. When people are complaining nowadays, I don't have enough vitamin D deficiency. And I'm not making fun of those people. I'm like genuinely like, you know, they complain, but I'm like, dude, you don't realize you have supplements. These people did not have supplements, okay? If they had vitamin D deficiency, they couldn't fall back on something immediately. They had some backup, you know? Like, and the animals died. Therefore, you can't get vitamin D even from, like, cow's milk, goat milk. You couldn't get anything. These animals died of suffocation and smoke inhalation. And on top of that, on top of that, on top of all of that, they didn't even know when they were going to see the sun again. They didn't know. They had no idea when or if they were going to see it at any point, you know? They didn't know. They had no idea when or if they were ever going to see the sun ever again. Through all that smoke, it was completely, the world was enveloped in darkness. And the amount of smoke would be enough to drown out the whole entire country, U.S., entire U.S. Imagine that, the entire U.S. being completely drowned out in smoke. There's enough smoke to cover it probably twofold. And, you know, they didn't know. They did not know. And there was only 3,000 souls left. Helpless souls. Now imagine you on this mass, you know, privileged scale with your, you know, oh, I don't have, like, friends and I'm isolated and it's hard and I don't know if I can do it. You gotta remember, dude, what they went through, what your ancestors went through to get to this, for you to be at this point right now is 100% honorable. And you gotta pray to them every day. Thank them. Because our ancestors live through us, in us, pause, and throughout us. You know? They live on in our hearts. They're echoes. I'm not trying to sound poetic in any way, but truly, their echoes remain. You know, their souls still live on. Because energy cannot be, you know, it cannot be destroyed. It can only be transferred. Transformed, I would say. And it really comes down to it just really comes down to you asking yourself these questions and knowing that whatever it is you're going through is not the worst thing a human has went through. Yeah, a lot of mental stress, enough to be so bad it's like smoking 15 cigarettes a day. But that's due to excessive isolation. But you are better than that. You are better than that. I don't want to make these videos totally sound so doomer-like, because again, it's mainly for the initial intrigue, you know what I mean? But it's a genuine message, nonetheless. Most of these people, clickbait, no genuine message. I genuinely care for people, and I'm tired of this illusion of separation that we're not part of something better, something greater. So, I want you guys to know that you guys are as equally important as the CEO down the road, as the executive, as the next politician, you know. I'd say, you know, oh, you're not, your job is not as important as mine. That is a total lie. These people are just trying to scare you, so it's all bullcrap.